Please be seated. Good morning, guests, and welcome to the class of 2021 commencement exercises for Mantachie High School. At this time, I would like to welcome Senior Class Secretary Emily Reinhard to the stage. Please stand and remain standing.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to gather here today to celebrate our achievements. None of us would be walking across this stage without you. Thank you for blessing us with great teachers and mentors who not only care about our grades, but also care about our character and personal growth. We also thank you for the parents and community that support us time and time again. Despite the challenges we have all faced over the past year, you've remained in control. Thank you for being with us throughout our time at Mantachie, and please bless us as we go our separate ways and help us to always follow you, no matter the paths we may take. Amen.
Thank you, Emery. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage Senior Class Treasurer Abby Boutwell as she leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Attention, salute, pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic, nation, under God, indivisible.
Thank you, Abby. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, students and faculty, I would like to welcome you to the Davis Event Center for the commencement exercises for Mantachie High School class of 2021. This morning's commencement marks the end of your seniors' educational journey through high school. Our mentality at Mantachie has always been that we do things the Mustang way, by showing pride in our school, displaying good character, demonstrating positive leadership skills, and excelling in the classroom. This is something that our students have worked very hard to achieve, and today we see how their commitment has paid off. Parents and families, I know you're here today with feelings of pride and joy at seeing your loved one begin a new chapter in their lives. It's heartwarming and uplifting to see them move forward toward their goals they've laid out for themselves, to reach for those hopes and dreams, and to watch them walk across this stage. We rejoice with you, and as we watch them, these remarkable students begin this new journey in their lives. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Mantachie High School, thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your child's life. Seniors, I offer you congratulations for reaching this important milestone. Some of you have overcome obstacles and persevered through so much. Each of you sit before us today with anticipation, ready to begin that next phase of your life. You're fortunate to have lived in an area where values like honesty, fairness, and helping others are an important part of this community and this school. We hope the lessons you have learned and the values you have developed will travel with you a long way after you have walked across the stage today. So I bid you farewell with my favorite words of wisdom from Dr. Seuss. Always remember, you have brains in your feet, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. And the most important thing I want to say to you is don't cry because it's over, but smile because it happened. Our first speaker this morning is our Salutatorian Senior Class Vice President, Miss Sarah Beth Thompson.
thank you to Miss Millie for your kind introduction. As she said, I am Sarah Beth Thompson, and I want to welcome all the staff, families, guests, and most importantly, my fellow graduates to Mantachie High School's 2021 graduation ceremony. First, I would like to say thank you to each and every person, from teachers to friends and family, for taking the time to be here today. I think it is safe to say on behalf of my class that you have all made a great difference in our lives, and we would not be here graduating if it was not for each one of you. I would like to take a moment to note the significance of this day, May 22nd, 2021. This is a day that we have been waiting on and working towards for the last 12 years. When we were younger and dreamed of our senior year, I do not think any of us imagined we would be wearing face masks and sitting 6 feet apart, but that is not what is important. The fact that we are here together at our graduation with our entire class, and we are surrounded by all of the people who love us and many who helped us to prepare for this day, is what is important. It is hard to believe that this will be the last time we are all together. After being surrounded by the same group of people since I was only 6 years old, it feels very bittersweet to know that there are many that I will not see again. We might run into each other and catch up every once in a while, or see each other and wave while walking in the mall, but it will not be the same. I would like to share a quote by author Ali Condi. Growing apart does not change the fact that for a long time we grew side by side. Our roots will always be tangled, and I'm glad for that. Despite the fact that we are all moving on to the next stages of our lives, we will always have Mantachie in common, and our roots will always be planted at Mantachie Attendance Center. In 2009, our kindergarten class consisted of 82 people. We danced at the fairy tale ball, we wore our pajamas to Polar Express Day, and we dressed up for the character parade. Today, there are 55 people walking across the stage. Although we have lost many friends and classmates over the years, we have also gained some amazing people. I am so thankful that each of you ended up at Mantachie, and our class would not be the same without you. There are many things that I will miss after graduation. I will miss the atmosphere of Mantachie football games, even if we didn't always win, constantly being surrounded by friends, seeing Miss Millie drive around in her golf cart, voting for who's who in homecoming queen, and even sitting in the uncomfortable desk. I will miss the swarm of people in the hallway while changing classes, getting ready for prom, getting to have parties and watch movies in class, going on school trips with the beta club and the math club, and most importantly, I am going to miss the teachers. With my mom being a teacher at Mantachie herself, I have formed a close bond with many of the other teachers at school, and I have known most of them since before I can remember. I want to take a moment and thank all of the teachers who have had an impact on me. Thank you, Miss Simpson, Miss Shelley, Miss Brazel, Miss Swader, Miss Clark, Miss Bunch, and all of the other teachers who have taught me throughout the years. I would not be up here giving this speech if it was not for each of you. I have learned many important lessons through your care, your kindness, and your guidance, and I'm sure the rest of my class feels the same. This year has been full of many laughs. Our last first day of school, our last homecoming, our last time playing the sports we love, our last prom, and finally, our last time walking the halls at Mantachie. Although it is sad to close this chapter of our lives, I am very excited for us to begin a new chapter. A chapter where we get to make our own decisions and be independent. A chapter where we get to use all the things we have learned over the last 12 years. A chapter where we get to show our families, friends, and all the people who helped us get here that their support and their guidance paid off. A chapter where we get to discover who we are. No matter where our lives take us, I know that each one of you will accomplish great things. Because as Mr. Dill, our elementary principal, always told us, you are smart, you are kind, you are important, and you have the ability to change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah Beth. Our valedictorian address will be given by our senior class president, Miss Alexandra Hidalgo.
I want to start off by saying how honored I am to be standing here before you all today. These past few weeks have been absolutely fantastic. No classes and no responsibilities, just time being spent and memories being made with the best classmates I could ever ask for. I've finally been able to sit down and take a second and reflect on all that Mantachie High School has done for me and what is to come next. When previous seniors have told me, high school flies by, make it count, I just never believed them. I thought every year, oh, I still have 4 years, I still have 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. Time flies and there's never enough of it. Life comes at us so fast that we forget to take a second and appreciate the time we are blessed with and the people we get to share unforgettable memories with. I feel like it was only last week when I got my schedule for the 7th grade, and now here I am giving a speech and trying not to make a fool of myself. As we entered high school, we thought we knew exactly what we were getting into, when actually we had no idea what was in store for us. We had no clue that Miss Simpson's calculators would be more precious than gold itself. No clue that Miss Brazel could literally recite all of Hamlet like it was something as simple as the Happy Birthday song. And no clue that Mr. Smith could reenact American history so well that you would think it would be a show on Broadway. While we weren't expecting all of these things while entering high school, we also didn't realize how much some of the little things would matter later in our life and how much they would make an impact on us. I want all of you to take a second and think of one uplifting thing a teacher said that made you believe in yourself just the slightest bit more. This is where high school taught you how to be confident in yourself. Now think of one time in high school where something just put you down. Maybe a bad test grade, a bad game, a bad performance. Then you dusted yourself off and stood up once more and showed out that next chance. This is where high school showed you resilience. These are just some of the amazing characteristics that all of you possess that will help you on later in life. At the time, we didn't realize all these little things would impact us so greatly. We were always so worried about what would come the next day and not realize what was going on right before our eyes. As I stand before all of you today, I want to say how grateful I am, along with all my classmates, for all of the little things in high school that made us grow into the people we are today. To my classmates, I challenge each and every one of you to be the change in this world today. All of you are capable of so much. No matter who you are or what you have, honestly, standing here with all these awards means absolutely nothing to me unless I have impacted someone while trying to achieve these. As I do hope I have impacted someone in my short years at Mantachie High, I strive every day to be a better person than I was yesterday, and I challenge y'all to do so. Do that also. Be the change. Time on this earth is so precious that if you can just merely change one person's life, you've made a difference. There's so much more to life than a class rank, a medal, a ribbon, a win, and more. Although I have worked hard for this title, like I said, means nothing to me if I haven't changed somebody else's life. To all you younger students in the stands, one day you will be here. You will graduate and you will be the change in someone else's life. Strive to always be a good person and be a helping hand. Be proud of who you are and be the change. Don't let anyone change your mind and tell you that you weren't enough or didn't deserve something. Life is going to be full of people who are going to try to bring you down. I challenge you to be the change and stand tall in who you are and who you intend to be in the future. Strive hard for what you want and you can achieve anything. Lastly, I want to take a moment right now to thank all the teachers for all the time and dedication they have devoted to me and all the other graduates. Thank you to my friends for being there for me, because there's absolutely no way I could have survived high school without you guys. I want to thank God for blessing me with all that I have become, because without Him, I would be nothing. And finally, I want to thank my family, my brother and sisters, and my aunt for being here today, and particularly my mom and dad. The both of you had to deal with me at my worst moments, through my nervous breakdowns, my crazy emotions, and all the times I've doubted myself. But the two of you have always been there for me, and it's so comforting to know that you both will always have my back, no matter where life takes me. Thank you so much for all your time, and I wish all my fellow classmates all the success in their future endeavors.
I do want to take just a minute, and if you're an educator at Mantachie High School, would you please stand up? Faculty and staff. I want to personally thank them. They've had a difficult year, and they have made these students feel like they're the best thing on earth, and I appreciate them, and I want to publicly thank them for that. Please let me remind everyone that the significance of dignity of the commencement ceremony calls for appropriate behavior from the audience. Shouting, cheering, or leaving your seat during the ceremony can be distracting. Please show the graduates the respect that they have earned and refrain from behavior that detracts from the formal nature of graduation. The intent is to make the ceremony a dignified and solemn occasion. I ask for your cooperation to make our graduation a very special occasion for the seniors, their families, and friends. Assisting me today with the presentation of the diplomas will be Mr. John Tigner, Assistant Principal, Mr. Trey Weigel, Superintendent of the Etowah County School District, and Dr. Wes Pitts, 2nd District School Board Member. So that each graduate's name may be heard, please hold your applause until all are pronounced graduates. Now let's begin. First row, please rise. Lindsay Catherine Barber, distinction. Dylan Cole Bennett. Mary Grace Bishop. Abby Caroline Boutwell, special distinction. Victoria Renelle Bradley. Bailey Reese Caples. Sarah Catherine Klaus, special distinction. Taylor Olivia Grace Davis, distinction. First row, you may be seated. Second row, please rise. Michaela Brooke Denson, distinction. Alexander Lee Duthu, special distinction. Monica Nicole Ellis, distinction. Christopher Lee Floyd. Alexis Marie Gaunt, special distinction. McKinley Adam Gentry, special distinction. Jolie Brooke Goodson, distinction. Seth Allen Ewan, special distinction. Second row, you may be seated. Third row, please rise. Bailey Nicole Hembry. Jonathan Reed Hester, distinction. Alexandra Maria Hidalgo, special distinction. Shaylee Jace Hill, distinction. Riley Elizabeth Hines. Jansen David Hood. Bobby Lee Johnson. Madison Presley Johnson, distinction. Third row, you may be seated. Fourth row, please rise. Madison Claire Jones, special distinction. Olivia Celeste Jones. Russell James King. Trace Douglas Kitchens. Brandon William Kemp, special distinction. Dakota Allen Langley. Savannah Renee Ledlow. Larissa Page Lemons, special distinction. Fourth row, you may be seated. Fifth row, will you please rise? John Allen Lewis. Patrick Joseph Mangles, special distinction. Carla Rochelle Maxey. Shelby Laurel Ann Morrison. Caleb Andrew Owen Merle. Christina Gabrielle Nix. Brianna Lynn Parker. Jessica Lynn Petrie. Fifth row, you may be seated. Sixth row, please rise. Ella Kate Pitts, distinction. Joseph Bartlett Powell, special distinction. Alexia Marie Rayburn. Emery Hope Reinhard, special distinction. Cade Austin Robbins, special distinction. Alexis Caitlin Sheffield. Jimmy Ross Simpson. Sarah Bethany Thompson, special distinction. Sixth row, you may be seated. Seventh row, you may rise. Sonny Braden Tollison. Brittany Lachey Turner. Colton Ray Underwood. Alexandria Faye Williams, special distinction. Joseph Daniel Wood, Army National Guard. Alexander Michael Woods. And Anna Morgan Woods. Seventh row, you may be seated. Mr. Weigel.
Graduates, would you please stand? By the power vested in me by the Etowah County School Board and the state of Mississippi, I now pronounce you graduates of Mantachie High School. You may move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2021.
Families, please join our graduates outside. They'll be doing their cap toss out there, and we have to leave the building so they can prepare for the next graduation ceremony. Thank you for coming.